The department no longer considers nursing as a professional degree, a move critics warn could shrink an already strained workforce. The reclassification will limit the loan and loan forgiveness options available to students in those nursing programs.
On this edition of FAFO, titled Nurses for Trump.
Trump, you are on my last nerve, and I have been a fan from the beginning. I was all for Maga, whatever the fuck. Make America great again, right? Can't make America great if you ain't got nurses, right? Because apparently they're not professionals now, right? Apparently they have not made the Trump administration list for professional jobs. They left nurses off. I don't know if that was a mistake, but I know they got a proofreader somewhere doing their job. So what do you mean nurses are not professionals? People that are saving lives. Are you kidding me right now?
So Nurse Karen over there sounds very upset because the Department of Education has deemed some career fields, when it comes to getting access to loans and loan forgiveness programs, as, quote, non-professional. And many critics say that this will deter a lot of people from pursuing those type of fields. And as a country with a very, very terrible medical system, a potential shortage of nurses is very devastating. But going back to Nurse Karen, I wouldn't trust you if I was one of your patients. Because to me, I think nurses are probably one of the most selfless professions out there. You're out there tending to and taking care of people's health. And since Karen voted for this guy that's currently in the office, it makes me wonder if she would actually care for someone that was undocumented if they came into her hospital. Because it sounds like you're really upset that this is affecting you directly, but you didn't think about all the other policies that are affecting other people. And to you specifically, Karen, since your job is deemed non-professional now, I guess your degree means that you can go and play the game of operation. And I'm talking about this game.
How are all the MAGA nurses doing today? All the mean girl nurses, how are you guys doing now that your dream of becoming a nurse practitioner is being crushed? Now that woman-dominated fields are being ripped away as professional degrees. Are we learning anything? Too bad it's too late.
Good morning, MAGA Trump supporters, specifically women who want to become nurses. I'm just wondering, how are you doing this morning? How are you doing this morning knowing that they want to strip away your professional degree? I mean, they've already proved to us that they don't like women, right? I mean, first it was removing the word woman from scientific studies. Yeah. And then, women shouldn't be in the military because, there's just no place for them there. And we just watched Trump call a woman on Air Force One a piggy. I mean, when are you guys going to learn that MAGA Republicans hate women? They do not like women and they do not support you in any kind of way. Oh, wait, you're the type of woman he would never do that to, right? Yeah, someone who has supported him for years. Oh, wait, what's happening with Marjorie Taylor Greene right now? Because she's having to use her voice for good to actually stand up and release the Epstein files? What's happening? What is Trump calling her right now? Oh, yeah, a traitor. Yeah. You see, MAGA Republicans actually do not respect or care about women. If given the opportunity, MAGA Republicans would strip away women's right to vote, resources, being able to make money, and having any kind of freedom, because they actually do not care about you. I know. You think you're the exception to the rule. You're not, baby girl. It's time to wake up and stand together with all women.
MAGA nurses just got played, and they got played big time. Now the thing is, these are the same nurses that vouched for Donald Trump. They voted for Donald Trump knowing that as soon as Trump would ascend into office, he would make their lives better. He would make America great again. Now, what part of making America great is deprofessionalizing nursing degrees? Make it make sense. It doesn't make sense because from the look of things, I just knocked my camera just a little. Yeah, there. From the look of things, as I was saying before I just hit my camera, what part of making America great again has to do with deprofessionalizing nursing degrees. And the sad thing is that these are the same nurses who right now, after hearing this news, they're not accepting. If anything, they're looking for ways of defending Trump's bad policies or Linda McMahon's bad policies. They're just looking for ways to justify, and that's exactly what you're going to discuss in this video. But before that, I'd just like to welcome you to this video or to this channel. If at all you're coming across this channel for the first time, please give this video a thumbs up and also consider subscribing to this channel, because this is the kind of content that I upload on this channel, and I do upload that on a regular basis.
About a year ago, maybe more than a year ago, let's say a year and a half ago, on my big main account with all the followers, I had made a video. I just got off my shift and they needed help. So they called me down and asked if I would do some intake in a different department. And I said, sure, why not? Overtime's overtime. Great. So I went down, I was helping them do intake, and I had a red hat. And I had a conversation with this red hat that I tried not to have. I asked him several times, can we just focus on your intake? I don't want to talk about my military service or your hat or anything. He saw veteran on my badge. And then he proceeded to say, oh, you just white. Trump's going to get all these illegals out of your hospitals and make life so much easier for nurses. He loves our nurses. And I just got sick. And that video went mad viral. And I got called a horrible nurse. I got called all these things. And MAGA nurses came after me. And it was just fucking stupid. But I have a question for the MAGA nurse crowd now. Are you guys happy to know that you're no longer listed as professionals? Trump just shit on every single one of us in the nursing profession. And you're out here like, more Trump. Give me more. What the fuck is wrong with you nurses? How could a nurse be MAGA? And if you see a MAGA nurse, you better fucking ask for another nurse, okay? Know that you have that right. You have that right to request a non-cycle fucking nurse, okay? You have that right as a patient. I just want to know how all these MAGA nurses are doing now, you non-professionals. Huh. I guess your aspirations being a nurse practitioner are fucking gone. Are we great yet?
One thing about MAGA supporters is that they'll never see reality. They'll never agree even if they see reality. They'll always argue, and their arguments are kind of lame. I don't know their reasoning. It's some sort of cult whereby they'll do anything to defend Donald Trump. Even when Donald Trump is doing something that is totally wrong, they'll still find ways to defend him. And when you scroll on your social media feed, you'll come across these people defending this move to deprofessionalize nursing degrees, which is something very heavy, but they just take it lightly. Just to see the weight of these matters, I have put a video for you of a professional trying to explain all this, because this is an issue that is of very much weight. It's just the MAGA supporters or the MAGA base that are trying to make it look light.
The Department of Education recently made one of the dumbest decisions ever regarding healthcare. They decided that nurses, nurse practitioners, physician assistants, occupational therapists, and physical therapists, among others, are no longer considered professional degrees. Not only is this extremely insulting to some of the most integral healthcare providers that we have, but will also likely impact staffing of these types of practitioners. We're currently facing an extreme nursing shortage, and it's only going to get worse over the next several years. Now, there are a lot of reasons for this, but one big one is burnout. Surveys show that 4 in 5 nurses face extreme stress while at work. And this has only been made worse after the pandemic, where you get stupid people who don't respect them and will even assault nurses. And staffing shortages, partly caused by poor reimbursements from insurance companies to hospitals, cause these nurses to have to handle many more patients than they can safely handle. Now, on top of that, the Department of Education, headed by former WWE executive Linda McMahon, is now calling them no longer professionals. And this will limit the amount of federal student loans that nursing students can take out. Now, this can't make the nursing shortage worse, could it? Now, the fact is that nurses are the most important part of the hospital system. Yes, even more important than physicians. If all the nurses were to quit their job today, the hospital system and healthcare would fall apart literally within minutes. But if you think about it, if all the doctors would quit today, then nurses can actually keep this shit going for a while. And then you take physical therapists, all of them whom now are required to get a doctorate in physical therapy to practice. They too will be limited in the federal student loans that they can take, so that they literally will not be able to actually pay for schooling. I think Linda McMahon may have had too many DDTs and stone cold stunners that she has lost her freaking mind.
This new Maga policy is a policy that is going to affect the nursing profession negatively, and it's so sad that all nurses are going to be affected, even those who did not choose Donald Trump, even those who did not elect Donald Trump. But for those MAGA nurses who still support Donald Trump, then I think this is the moment that they're just finding out. This is their find out moment, or this is their finding out season, because they effed around and right now they're just about to find out.
Trump has removed nursing, teaching, accounting, and other women-led careers from the professionals list. And many of the people in these fields voted for this. Literally voted for a man who said he would restructure degrees in his One Big Beautiful Bill in 2025. And these same women are, instead of taking accountability and saying, oops, we made a mistake, are denying it and making excuses for him. They're literally screaming that it's a Democratic hoax. They don't believe it's real, even though he said it would happen. Newsflash, it's policy, and it's real. And we've seen this cycle a million times over. Vote for the oppressor, get oppressed, then excuse the oppressor and blame the people who warned you. And y'all will still bow down and kiss this man's ring. He literally said he was going to do this. He didn't whisper it. He didn't hide it. He shouted it like fireworks. So I just want to know how the MAGA nurses are feeling, because you were not misled. So don't even try to claim that as an excuse. He did exactly what he said he was going to do, what black women were warning you he was going to do. And this is just an example of how white patriarchal politics recruits its own victims and trains them to defend the very policies that harm them. Because these same women that are losing their professional titles and having to pay more for student loans and degrees are still going to be his biggest cheerleaders, while simultaneously being their own biggest downfall. The comfort of white supremacy is a hell of a drug, as is the protection, quote unquote, of the patriarchy.
I think it's about time that MAGA supporters call themselves and think critically. They should ask themselves that if at all they are on the side that is implementing such kind of policies that do undermine the daily citizen or the normal or the average American citizen, they should question themselves if at all they are supporting the right side. They should question their allegiance to the MAGA side. They should question their allegiance to the Republican Party and not just support blindly. I think it's high time they begin questioning and not just supporting each and every move that Donald Trump comes up with. If anything, they are the ones who elected him, and if at all they withdraw their support, Donald Trump may probably be shaken. But anyway, those are just my thoughts. Please let me know what your thoughts are concerning all these in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to be seeing you in the next video. I have been your host and your presenter, Kachina. Until then, peace, love, and unity.